Okay.
Okay. It is now 6:01, so call the meeting to order for City of Plattsburgh Planning Board, Monday, July 27th, 2026. All rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
A roll call, please.
Jim Abdallah,
Yes.
Barry Finnegan,
Yes.
Joe Rotella,
Yes.
Carly Leary,
Yes.
Kurt Gervich.
Yes.
I forgot that was my responsibility for a second.
No, thank you. Okay. So we do have a set of June meeting minutes. Again, we have a limited number of people. And there'll be a 3-person roll call. But I can have a motion to accept those minutes. Okay, motion by Barry. Second by Joe. Roll call, Emily?
Jim Abdallah.
Yes.
Barry Finnegan,
Yes.
Joe Rotella,
Yes.
Thank you. We do not appear to have anybody here for application 26-05, 16 Macomb,
Somebody in the hall. There's somebody who just.
or maybe.
There's.
hello.
Hello.
Is it nice to meet him?
Are you here for 16 Macomb Street?
Yes.
Perfect timing.
I did. It was still on it. Last time I came in that. Up the big scare, it was lost.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
I did the same thing.
Well, now that we have someone here, we can Emily, if you can give brief presentation.
So 16 Macomb Street, roof replacement, the applicant requests to replace roof with in-kind materials. The parcel is zone R2, the applicant and project representative is Lake Champlain Roofing and is present. And the location is in the Point Historic District. In your packets, you have the building structure inventory form, which lists the home as historic. Materials and methods, the in-kind replacement with EPDM roofing material or rubber roofing. These are applicant submitted photos. Photos are not included in your packet, but I have them on the screen. This application was sent to the county for the 239M referral and was deemed a local issue. The application was sent to SHPO, which responded that they did not have an issue with the in-kind replacement. And notes that 16 Macomb is a contributing resource to the Point Historic District. I did not receive any departmental review comments for this application. For seeker, one of the things we have to consider is if the project is adjacent to or in a disadvantaged community. This one is not. I've recommended a type 2 seeker action. And I state in the staff report that the applicant has submitted all necessary documentations for this application and the board shall deem it complete and approve it.
Okay, thank you. If you can step up to the podium and give your name and then you can add anything else you feel free.
Finnegan, with Lake Champlain Roofing, just like she said, we plan to replace it with the same material that was there. As you can see from that photo, they had a partial blow off. At that time, we went back and we secured it, it's been watertight since, but the roof's compromised, obviously. And, the one was up there was probably at least 25 years old, and it's time to replace it anyways, but Mother Nature had to speed that process up, I guess.
Okay. Anybody from the board have questions?
No.
Okay, if not, I believe the application is complete in accordance with staff recommendations.
Yeah.
We have a couple things to run through, otherwise, should be out here in a few minutes.
Okay.
Okay.
Very good. Thank you.
So with that said, again, as staff indicated, we have a draft resolution 26-05A. For seeker findings, the recommendation is a type 2 action, no further findings or review necessary. So if there's not questions with that, we have a motion.
Make a motion to adopt resolution number 2605A roof replacement as described in the application, in-kind materials.
So a motion by Kurt, do I have a second? Second by Joe. Any further discussion? Roll call?
Jim Abdallah,
Yes.
Barry Finnegan,
Yes.
Joe Rotella,
Yes.
Carly Leary. Yes. Kurt Burbidge.
Yep.
We do have a public hearing associated with this, so move to open the public hearing. No one in the audience to make comment. Is there anybody online? Okay, move to close the public hearing then. Now we have a draft resolution 26-05B for review and approval of the application as presented.
We'll make a motion to adopt resolution 2605B. Replacement of the roof at 16 Macomb in-kind materials.
Second,
I'll second that.
second by Carly. Roll call.
Jim Abdallah,
Yes.
Barry Finnegan,
Yes.
Joe Rotella,
Yes.
Carly Leary. Yes. Kurt Burbidge.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay.
You're all set.
Thank you very much.
Yep. Things up.
Yeah.
Okay. Second application tonight.
Second application is 100 Court Street facility renovations and carriage house demolition. The applicant proposes interior and exterior changes. The requests for exterior alterations include the demolition of the existing carriage house, replacement of windows, doors, siding, repaving the driveway, and new sidewalks. Parcel is zone RH. The applicant is AES Northeast. And the location is in the Court Street Historic District. In your packets, you have the building structural inventory form. These are applicant provided photos. This is pictures of the carriage house. And the applicant has submitted cut sheets of color choices and materials to be used. The application was sent to the county planning board and deemed a local issue. The applicant coordinated with SHPO and DASNY And I have up on the screen here the stipulations that were required in that resolution that you have in your packets. The applicant has provided documentation that they have met all of the stipulations at this point. I did not receive any city departmental review comments. This location is not in a disadvantaged community, but the board must consider if it would have an impact on a disadvantaged community. I've recommended a seeker unlisted action. And I have recommended the application is deemed complete, that the applicant has submitted all they need to, and the board may proceed with approval.
Okay, thank you. Have the opportunity for additional presentation.
Siding and windows, demolition of the carriage house, unfortunately, grade one. It is also, unusable. It's dilapidated, sorry, fall out. And the Legal Aid Society provides, legal services to, low income people. Are not for profit, so it's, they do not have the funds to do this renovation on their own, so they get grant funding from DASNY, who has allowed them to, use vinyl siding or, vinyl siding, instead of, wood, to assist with maintenance of the, property. Also vinyl windows, because the windows that are, in the, building currently are not, historic, they're not original, so. Any
Okay,
other questions?
does the board have questions?
Is the DASNY grant dependent on you demoing the carriage house?
Sure.
It was all put in one big little package as part of it, it was something small.
Mhm.
And I do think there is a need for addition.
Right.
They are trying to expand services. We're actually creating a couple of new offices inside too, so, there are additional employees that will be coming inside, so I think that's also a part of it.
Mhm.
Whether or not it's required, as part of the grant, we would have to.
Oh, no worries, I'm just curious.
I noticed one of the stipulation conditions is salvaging of materials, which you've submitted this contact list for not-for-profits. I assume like on the top one, Adirondack, the architectural heritage, you've probably done all your pre-demolition reporting and stuff that they've asked for.
Yes,
And that was one of their conditions if they do take some materials. They may be interested in obtaining a couple windows, possibly a portion of the second floor fascia or trim. Howard's looking for lead paint tests. So is that been followed up? I'm assuming that hasn't been followed up with yet.
yes, there is like the.
Is,
Are you asking if it's been followed up with to see if they want?
well, part of the, I guess, we probably would have go with the same stipulation that SHPO has, and that stipulation was that these organizations would be contacted and given that opportunity. I see that they were contacted, it was back in February now, but one of their questions was about material, lead material, but they would be interested in some of the stuff, so I wasn't sure whether that's been followed up on and closed out.
So we follow them, to let them know if there is like need that they would still want. Anything for an election.
Yeah. Then we can, if that can be documented, even, I mean, it's up to the board, even if that's a condition that that documentation is submitted. Then we can put it on file and that's,
Get it in writing from each of the.
yeah,
people.
well, at least the people that were interested, there was. And some weren't, some, yeah,
Yeah, we can. Do it and follow up with them,
okay,
get something in writing from them.
they do want something. Sounds good. Any other questions in regards to that condition? If not, the second condition I saw was like, they wanted a scan of the property. I'm assuming that's photos and maybe even like 3D scanning. Okay,
It's like,
is that something that you can also submit to the city, to put on our?
yes, say, then go to like a website and log on and it's like a walkthrough.
Okay,
Is that, okay, yeah.
I
It's
think,
available on the SHPO website. I took a look at it.
did you?
Yeah,
Okay, as long as it somehow is codified within the city's records, you know, that
Yeah.
with the property. Okay, even if it's a letter with the link and then it's something on file.
okay.
Yep. Any other questions in regards to that? I mean, once again, my thought is that we document at least the two conditions that under stipulation. And if the
Mhm.
board's in agreement, then we sort of agree to the same conditions.
Mhm.
Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
The last item I had a question on was, in the application, there's a short form seeker submitted, which is an uncoordinated review. We would be doing our own review. Is that all that's required in terms of the project, even though it's state funded and other involved agencies? I mean, I don't know that I mean, we don't have any conditions that stop us from doing the review tonight, other than we did it and you ended up with an issue, you might have to come back and we'd have to re-review.
Yeah, as far as I understand it, the planning board is lead agency right now for this application, so you have the authority to make a decision on if you feel a full form is required or a short form. And this project does not meet the scope that would trigger a type 1 action.
Okay.
So it would totally be up to the board whether you wanted to do a full environmental review form or the applicant submitted a short form.
Yeah. Would you rather us proceed with it, and if we have to reverse course after? You know, because DASNY needed a coordinated review within their environmental rules, is that fine?
Yeah.
Okay. So, any other questions from the board? Okay, if not, I guess we have a couple items to review, very similar to the last application. In this case, we have a draft resolution 26-06A. We do have a short form seeker provided. I don't know, I apologize. Did you have anything else?
No, I would just, any more questions or building, as my share of dealing with that building, so I just want my insight now.
Okay, okay,
I actually do have just one quick question.
okay.
Are the properties on each side of it, are they residential?
No.
The one on the red building on the left side of the living area right now, I think is a doctor's office.
Okay,
We have a physical therapy building, and the other side is student housing.
okay, just because you said that it says that you're gonna add additional lighting in the parking lot. You're gonna take down the carriage house and then put lighting up. I think making sure that it's like dark skies compliant or pointing down just so that it's not,
It's in reflect.
yeah, into their house. Okay,
Absolutely.
Good question. Okay. So again, we do have a draft resolution, a part one seeker. Emily, do you have a part two to review with us?
Yes.
Okay.
So the way this will work is I will read the 11 points. And if the board thinks that the impact will have a moderate to large impact, they must speak up. So if no one says anything, I'll move on to the next one. Will the proposed action create a material conflict with an adopted land use plan or zoning regulations? Will the proposed action result in a change in the use or intensity of the use of land? Will the proposed action impair the character or quality of the existing community? Will the proposed action have an impact on the environmental characteristics that cause the establishment of a critical environmental area? Will the proposed action result in an adverse change in the existing level of traffic or affect existing infrastructure for mass transit, biking, or a walkway? Will the proposed action cause an increase in the use of energy and it fails to incorporate reasonably available energy conservation or renewable energy opportunities? Will the proposed action impact existing public or private water supplies or public or private wastewater treatment utilities? Will the proposed action impair the character or quality of important historic, archaeological, architectural, or aesthetic resources?
It's a yes.
Will the proposed action result in an adverse change to natural resources like wetlands, water bodies, groundwater, air quality, flora, and fauna? Will the proposed action result in an increase in the potential for erosion, flooding, or drainage problems? Will the proposed action create a hazard to environmental resources or human health?
I have a question on that one that I should have asked earlier, but it's a question for you. You said that there is lead paint in the carriage house. I'm just curious how you handle that in a demolition.
They follow, on a census statement.
Okay.
So if they are like scraping, they have to use, they have to lay down, plastic usually
Okay.
and collect all of the pieces.
Yeah.
They have to use HEPA filters, like that kind of stuff,
Okay.
but they won't be doing that in this case.
They won't be scraping because it's just being demoed. And then where does that material go? Does that need to go to a hazardous waste landfill or it does? Okay. Okay.
And so there's the abandoned contractor, and then will be a project monitor.
Okay.
Too, that the owner hires.
Okay.
Directly to oversee the abandoned contract, make sure they follow the rules.
Okay. Okay.
So I'll just read that last one again.
Yeah.
Will the proposed action create a hazard to environmental resources or human health? So, now that number 8 was voiced as moderate to large impact may occur, the next step would be to explain why a particular element of the proposed action may or will not result in a significant adverse environmental impact. Please complete part 3. Part 3 should, in sufficient detail, identify the impact, including any measures or design elements that have been included by the project sponsor to avoid or reduce impacts. Part 3 also explain how the lead agency determined that the impact may or will not be significant. Each potential impact should be assessed considering its setting, probability of occurring, duration, irreversibility, geographic scope, and magnitude. Also consider the potential for short-term, long-term, and cumulative impacts.
So I can just explain why. I mean, we have SHPO that says it will cause adverse impact. And so I think we want our documentation to show that we noted that comment. And then in the application, we note that the applicant is maintaining the historic features, architectural features of the building, such as the cornices and the peak and those things. And that the replacements is the wrong word because it's not replace the rehabilitation is not using in-kind materials, but those materials were approved by SHPO and DASNY. And so we're following that documentation. I just think it's right. We want our documentation to align with the state documentation.
I think the applicants also come to a stipulation or an agreement with
Yeah.
SHPO with a couple mitigating factors that they are willing to implement,
Yeah.
you know, which we are also considering to add on to our
Yes.
approval.
Yeah.
So maybe what we should do is have, there's room here if you wanna write those bullet points. And then Jim can sign it and then we'll have the documentation done.
Can those bullet points say, please see resolution, DASNY, right? DASNY SHPO resolution for their grant number?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah. What do you think, Jim?
It's fine with me. I think once again, I think the application documents the mitigating
Yeah.
factors that they've presented.
Yeah.
To answer that question.
Yeah, I just don't think we want our documentation to say no adverse impact when
Correct.
there's
We were,
been noted impact and
Yep.
yeah.
Right, cause after that's listed, we can check one of 2 boxes here. Check one box if we determine based on the analysis that we're not gonna proceed with a full environmental assessment review.
Yeah.
Check the other box
Yeah.
if we determine that we.
Yeah, so I'd say like, I don't know, exhibit A, DASNY grant number 27198. And OPRHP project number.
Can I see that?
Yeah.
Do you still have a copy?
Yeah, sorry. And I did find the email from Aaron Allison.
Oh, so you,
That documents that there was a phone call and a conversation. And SHPO abandoned their recommendations. Yeah.
so then again, we would, advise that we'd not be checking, we would be checking the box that no further environmental review is.
Correct.
Necessary.
Yes, correct.
And then the only other thing I would note is that, we would need to change item,
In the resolution.
one of these items in the draft resolution.
Mhm.
Emily, can you read the item again that we said yes?
The historic,
Will the proposed action impair the character or quality of important historic, archaeological, architectural, or aesthetic resources?
We reading that resolution and defining that?
Yeah. So on page 2 of the resolution,
Yeah,
okay, underneath the check boxes for type 1, type 2, and unlisted. The first resolved is okay. The second one says resolve that the city planning board has reviewed the community development officer's recommendations and supplemental documents referenced above, does hereby find and determine that the project does not, and then A is involve a substantial adverse change. Oh no, but that's about air quality, ground or surface water quality. It's not that.
I'm not finding the one that actually.
Right.
The closest is impair the character or quality of the neighborhood.
Yeah, you're right.
So maybe with that said, there is nothing to.
J,
Well,
impair the environmental characteristics of the area. Or
I might say that you add to this, adopt resolution as is, but add a statement that you did find
okay.
one item as a yes. But
Yeah.
if completed, it's completed part 3, Emily, of the,
This is part 3 that I'm writing right
yeah,
now.
we completed part 3, the document why our mitigating factors.
and deemed no further.
No
review.
further environmental review. Okay. Kurt, if you have a good write-up, do you want to make a motion?
Yeah. I mean,
Making all the motions tonight.
uh. Okay. So I will make a motion. Are you ready, Emily?
For a motion.
Sure.
Okay. Make a motion for resolution 2606A, but with an amendment. And the amendment is to add 2 resolved clauses. The first resolved clause would read, resolved that the project does carry adverse impact to historic structures and the historic character of the district. However, and then is the second resolved, based on analysis and agreement from the New York State Office of Parks, Rec, and Historic Preservation and the New York State Dormitory Authority, that adverse impact will be mitigated by the two mitigation clauses, which I'm not thinking of right now. The documentation, the photographs, and the second, the salvage of materials or outreach to regional organizations who may be interested in salvaging materials.
Correct.
Yes.
Okay.
Sounds good. I'm sure Emily wants your notes.
They are incomplete. but I will get them.
Do you have a second?
I'll second that.
Okay, so motion by Kurt, second by Carly. Roll call.
Jim Abdallah.
Yes.
Barry Finnegan,
Yes.
Joe Rotella,
Yes.
Carly Leary.
Yes.
Kurt Burbidge.
Yep.
Okay. We do again have a public hearing associated with this application, so I'll move to open the public hearing. No one in the audience with added public comment. Anybody online? No? Okay, we'll move to close the public hearing. Now we have a draft resolution 26-06B. Again, we have talked about a couple of conditions. Further contact and documentation with the not-for-profits and or local agencies in regards to salvage. And then either a copy of the scan or a link to allow that information to become part of city, the city file for the property. Those were the two conditions that I had noted. If anybody else has other things
The lighting in the parking lot,
relating in the parking lot,
making sure that it is not
like,
causing adverse impact to your neighbors. Dark skies compliant preferably, but I don't know if we're allowed to make that a natural stimulation.
okay. So those are the three conditions. Not hearing anybody else with any items. And I have a motion, and whoever makes a motion wants to be specific on the conditions.
Sure, I can do it. I'll make a motion to accept resolution 26-06B with the stipulations that the applicant is going to follow up with the regional organizations that expressed interest in some of the salvage materials from the demolition of the carriage house. They will provide a copy of the building scan that they are going to be providing to SHPO. They'll give the city of Plattsburgh copy or access to that scan. And the additional lighting in the parking lot will not have an adverse effect on their neighbors.
Thank you. Do I have a second? Second by Joe. Roll call.
Jim Abdallah.
Yes.
Barry Finnegan,
Yes.
Joe Rotella,
Yes.
Carly Leary.
Yes.
Kurt Burbidge.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Thanks for the great work you provide to the community. Yeah,
Do you want any of these? Okay, I'll keep one for the file and then
yeah, if you'll reuse that.
Can I actually keep them?
You have right?
I know. Could I keep another one? I use them with students. Yeah, thanks. No, two's probably good. I don't have enough storage space. It's great. Thank you.
thank you. Any other business? Outside of what we talked about, the zoning the potential rezoning may be considered by the common council in September.
Yes.
And then potentially after that, referred to us maybe for October. That. Correct. Okay,
Can I ask a question about that? When you say it's referred to us, is that something we would do at a meeting, or that's something you just send to us and we would look over on our own?
I'm not sure on that, actually.
Okay,
I'm not sure on the official adoption process if the board will have to make any kind of official motion.
Okay.
So we'll have to, I'll find that out.
okay,
it's gonna depend how the council refers it to us. I mean, honestly, we have seen applications that either the council sponsored or. They've asked for our opinion, where they've asked us to officially. response.
Okay.
I don't know that. There's an others where we haven't officially responded and it's been just more of a referral to. Individual board members, which again, that's only happened once so that I know of. If it's referred,
Okay,
So it would be looking for official approval, right?
it's a recommendations.
Okay.
I think, you know, we don't approve or deny it, it's just, they're asking for our recommendations. Can we ask for a presentation?
Yeah, I think you're saying before it is officially adopted.
Yeah, if it's gonna be re-referred to us, that
Yeah.
we have someone come and present, and if we have questions or.
That's
Yeah.
gonna be very difficult to do.
Could we get it on Zoom?
Can we get a Zoom presentation?
I'll ask.
I think it's because it'll cost money.
It will cost a lot of money. But also, our next planning board meeting is September 25th. And the council meeting is September 17th. And I know Matt has a very busy schedule.
He's presenting to them on the 17th,
Correct,
and that's open, we could go.
correct,
That's September.
yes,
Okay,
but I have asked him to do after the fact. What changes the board will be seeing or have to work through after the zoning is passed. And for the ZBA as well. So we'll start seeing special use permits. So he hopefully can do that for us. One day training.
so I guess ultimately. If the next board meeting, our next board meeting is August
24.
24th. I guess if it's official that. The zoning is gonna be presented to the council, if we can know. Definitely, or is that definitely on the schedule now for September?
It's not 100%,
Okay,
but it's like 99%.
okay, but by our August meeting, we ought to know, yep.
Oh, yeah.
There's gonna be a, you
Yeah,
know, a public presentation of zoning on such a time, then we can prepare accordingly to attend.
you're right, yep.
Okay. Okay,
All right.
well, I guess a motion to adjourn,
Make a motion to adjourn.
all in favor?
Aye.
Yay.
Okay, thank you, I think you only need a motion. to adjourn.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.